So you might not be the only person running your business. You might have a partner that needs equal access to the system, or you have staff members that might need some limited access to the system. You don't want them to have access to absolutely everything. Whoever you are working with, you want everyone to have their own individual logins and their own access to their unique version of the system, so that not everyone is piling on through your login. So to add a staff account, we're going to navigate to Setup. So it's down here on the bottom left-hand side. We're going to navigate to Setup, and then we're going to navigate over to Staff there on the right-hand side. And you can see that we've already got someone here. That's Gil Bates. That's who I'm logged in as. But I want to add someone new. So I'm going to click Add Staff, and I'm going to add Bob. Bob Berger. That's not how you spell burger. And then I'm going to give him an email address, bob@demo.com. And then I'm going to select his permissions. I'm going to go into more detail in this in just a second. For right now, I'm just going to select everything. He's got access to everything. Click Save. And then we have Bob. So now you've created your staff user. How are they going to log in? Well, you need to send them login details. They need their own password. And to do that, we're just going to click on Actions. And in reality, you would click Send Password. This would then send an email off to Bob with a reset password link so that he could choose his own password to access the system. But this isn't real life right now, and Bob isn't a real person, and that's not a real email, so I'm just going to reset his password for him. Give him something super secure, and reset that password. Now I'm going to go ahead and log in as Bob so that you can see what the system looks like from his perspective. Okay, so logging in as Bob, I'm going to go Bob, put in his email, the super secure password, log in, and then you'll see that Bob's system looks exactly the same as ours. We haven't limited his access in any way. So now we're going to alter his permissions so that you can see how you can change what parts of the system your staff users can have access to. So navigating back to my system, there we go. We're back on Bob's details page, and I'm going to scroll down to permissions, and I'm now going to edit his permissions. So he has access to the account. I'm going to give him partial access to the blog. So he can't access the comments, but he can access categories and posts. Then I'm not going to give him any access to the contacts. He can have access to dashboards, but not to forms or funnels or the help desk or the marketplace. Messenger, I'm going to give him partial access. He can have access to recurring sequence and single emails, but not notification or outbox. And then the network, no. Orders, no. Products, no. I'm just going to be quite drastic about what he can and cannot have access to so that you can see quite a severe difference. So now that I've done that, I'm going to just scroll on up and click Save so those changes are saved. And then I'm going to navigate back to Bob's portal. And then I'm just going to refresh the page. And then you'll see that he has super limited access to the system. So he's got Home, he's got Messenger, where he can only access single, recurring, or sequence emails. And then he can access the blog, but only posts and categories. So I'm going to show you something else really quickly, and I'm just going to navigate back to my portal. And you'll see that here in permissions, if he has full access to something, it's got a tick. And if he only has partial access to something, it has a dash. So that's how you can quickly see by the glance of an eye what he does and doesn't have full access to. So that is how you add staff users, send them their passwords, and limit their access to the system.